Howdy guys, NintendoCapriSun here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. I think we're about to finish this case, but I'm not sure. We've been through so much crap up to this point. Bang that gavel. Court will now reconvene. I'm assuming both sides are ready. No! Both of us are just like on our knees at this point. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. Wow. Yeah, that's... not sure. Huh. What, did he get shot? No. The bullet probably bounced right off of him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis. Okay, this is bad. What, is he gonna find out he wrote it himself? Yes, Your Honor, unfortunately, we've discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. Wow, there's a big surprise! What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake. Well, that just further compounds the issue then, doesn't it? So that begs two questions. Number one, who did write it? And number two, was there ever a suicide note at all? And number three, if there was one, where is it? Maybe there's two bears? Anyway, Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this was not written by Mrs. Impax, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Well, he was also the one who found her body. So did he just think of it on the spot? Like, try to take advantage of her? Well, looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. So she never left one. But then, so the one that Adrian Andrews found, she just assumed that it was Celeste's. Because I would think if she really knew Celeste as well as she says she did, she would realize it wasn't her handwriting the moment she saw the note. I don't know. And the other thing, that's the other thing. I mean, if the suicide note is fake, then what about all that crap about him, like, making the big presentation to put all this information out there about On Guard? Did he just make that up too? Because if he just made up that information, why would he need to make a suicide note? You know, it's not like somebody was going to come up and ask if it was true and then him present the proof of it. So I don't know. Yeah. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. Oh, okay. But he was watching on the camera, though, wasn't he? So anyway. This theory that On Guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. This is really complicated. Something seems a little wrong. Yeah, something does seem wrong with it, because... Shit, what was I just saying? Something about the camera? The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has started contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. On Guard to not have known it was a fake. Where's the camera? It has to be the camera, right? That's what I'm gonna say. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. A very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. You kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? Yeah, exactly. if that were true, then this means Mr. Engarde would have also known that the victim had forged the note. Exactly. Thank God. I was going to say, that's going to be a huge hole if they mess that up. They don't seem to mess up very often in these, though. I know that there are actually contradictions. Like, if you go and Google Phoenix Wright... Oh, what's the word? Anyway, I can't remember what the search term is, but there is a whole page full of, like, contradictions and inconsistencies and logic fallacies and stuff. If I think of the word later, I'll put it up on screen, but anyway. So then the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake. But if that's the case... Well, what does that change, though? I mean, the whole we thought the whole reason he hired the assassin was to protect himself from that note getting out. But if he already knew it was a fake, then he wouldn't have needed to do that. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was. Yeah, it has, hasn't it? But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Kurita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Uh-huh. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Grrr. Okay, alright. So... Well, we haven't seen the victim's house, so... Because I keep thinking about Matt Engarde's house. Is it going to turn out that they lived together or something? Because the way they're talking, it's like they're trying to say, oh, he did it in an unknown place. You mean like the room that Maya was in earlier with the cat door, you know? Because, I don't know, man. Looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured. As I figured, it came down to this after all. Oh, pfft. He's got yet another ace up his sleeve. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? What's next? What's next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well that's fine. Who the hell is he going to call? However, this witness is a little unusual. He's going to call the monkey, isn't he? No, I'm just kidding. Edgeworth stuttering. This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness was this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the Killer to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... Shelley the Killer himself? It's going to be the killer himself, isn't it? The man himself! Mr. Shelley Killer, you mother fricker. You mother fricker. That's nice. Wait, Shelley the Killer? Oh boy. You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor, the assassin. He's coming here to the witness stand? Yes, and he is most displeased with our apparent lack of progress. No! You don't have my permission. Don't bring that asshole in here. Is it alright with me? Yeah, do I have a choice? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. Oh, I thought it was going to ask me. To which I would have said, yeah, it's fine. I don't know. The prosecution calls the real killer to the stand. Oh my god. This is not happening right now. Your name and your occupation, please. What? Very good, sir. No. Just no. That animation. Make it look like he's really talking. Make it look like the walkie-talkie is really talking. Oh my god. Your Honor, we have the button taped down with a rubber band. Taped down with a rubber band. So everything we say goes straight to him. Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source. Boy, I thought for sure he was gonna be there. So I could make fun of his 2/3 face, but no, I guess not. Well, there we go. This will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. This is ridiculous. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. DeKiller himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley DeKiller. I understand. Please wait a second. He's gonna get Maya on there, isn't he? Oh. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! Oh god. A voice, Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? Just frickin' tell him! The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley DeKiller. Looks like we run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, and very few cooks in the kitchen, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing... Oh my, is the walkie-talkie gonna freak out? Is the walkie-talkie gonna have a breakdown? I don't remember seeing that in that video. In the breakdowns video that I watched, like I talked about before. That's the only video I've watched that has any kind of spoilers in it, so... And even that did have some... Anyway, back to the point. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is that correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Gulp. Now that we've answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. A bad dream. Dude, you want to talk about bad dreams? You should see the one I had about you last night. What is he going to say? Oh. He's gonna dance around it, isn't he? There's something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I'm here today on the witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Okay. Mocking us. Yeah, he's doing the taunt. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. DeKiller is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, he's got Maya there. This is going to be tough. Because there's something I must first state. I don't think I need to press that. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. Alright. Trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that's why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name and so my clients can trust me. That makes sense. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough, please, no more. I know. Very well, it's only hypothetical anyway. It's okay. So basically, if a client tried to rat him out, he'd just kill him straight up. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. Okay. Seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. Doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. So it was Adrian Andrews, is what you're saying. I mean, I'm imagining right now that Adrian is the client, and just reading this, she fits with what he's saying. She tried to implicate another of the crime. Another of the crime? Another of the crime, though. Oh, another... I get it now. I was reading that wrong. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? Oh, no, I didn't say anything. The judge better watch himself. Oh, boy. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Okay. Well, I think we get it. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. You cock tease. I still have a few things to say before I do. Oh, that egomaniac. Maya's hungry to get on with this. Every second that goes by is probably like a minute to her. It's not good for your health to be so... It's not good for your health not to eat! You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Ugh, somehow that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I know, but Maya... Yeah, I know. I'm not his therapist, you know. There's something I must first state. I didn't press this, but because I felt like it'd be pointless to, but I pressed everything else, and really... I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. You know what the word first means? Yeah, I see it in YouTube comments all the time, but go ahead. Yeah, really. So then... I need to present something, I guess, but this is really confusing, though. Because I'm presenting it to a walkie-talkie, like, ugh. I think I'm gonna go through and press everything a second time and see if anything happens. Wait a second. Wait. You said your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Yeah, I guess. Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? Sort of. This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. No, we can proceed. We can proceed. Right, everybody? In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust above all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. Okay. Now then, I do believe it's... so, okay. Yeah. Just tell us. What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness? What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Here we go. It's Adrian Andrews, I'm telling you. I don't want to believe that, but man, I'm telling you. It is. Sure enough. Oh, there's no way I can even begin to say that. Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier. What? Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client. Something strange this way comes. This can't be. On the phone earlier, he was talking to someone else, I bet. Are there two of him? Does he have like a twin brother or something? I don't think so. As much as he talks about how bad it is to do that, he wouldn't, like, do it himself. There can't be two people with 2/3 of a face running around out there, though. Unless it's actually half of a face, and they're two halves of the same person's face. Impaled on two different bodies. There's a possibility. I am just kidding, by the way.